Welcome to the Electoral Commission of Queensland's webinars about electoral expenditure caps with information for registered political parties in the upcoming 2024 local government elections in Queensland. What are electoral expenditure caps? They're the limitation on the amount of electoral expenditure that can be incurred by an election participant. They are new to local government elections. They were just announced via amendment to the Local Government Electoral Act of 2011. These caps apply to candidates, groups of candidates, registered political parties, and third parties that incur electoral expenditure for a local government election. When do the electoral expenditure caps apply? Each local government election will have a capped expenditure period. For the upcoming 2024 local government elections, the cap period will run from Monday, 14th of August, 2023, and end at 6 p.m. on the 16th of March, 2024. And that's election day. For a by-election, the capped expenditure period will start on the day the notice for the election is issued, and again, end at 6 p.m. on that election day. Expenditure incurred outside the capped expenditure period will still need to be disclosed to the ECQ per our disclosure requirements, but it will not need to be included under a political party's electoral expenditure cap. So the question, how much is my electoral expenditure cap, comes to mind right away. The ECQ will be responsible for calculating and publishing electoral expenditure caps for each quadrennial local government election and by-election. As a registered political party, you are required to check the ECQ's website to find your capped amounts. Those capped amounts will be published before the 14th of August 2023 for the upcoming 2024 elections, and for a by-election at the same time the notice is issued. Now, caps are calculated on a sliding scale, and it's going to reference whether the candidate is a mayoral or a councillor candidate and the number of electors in the local government area. The number of electors will be based on the electoral roll data. Candidates and parties will not be required to calculate their own cap. The ECQ will provide this information for every candidate. And endorsed candidates will be sharing their caps with registered political parties and other endorsed candidates in their local government areas. Brisbane City Council caps are fixed amounts. So for upcoming elections, they will be $1.3 million for mayoral candidates and $55,000 for councillor candidates. Just what I said in the last slide, registered political parties will not have their own capped amounts. They will share the capped amount from their endorsed candidates in each local government area. So the cap for a party and its endorsed candidates is determined by taking the sum of each individual endorsed candidate's capped amount, adding on that mayoral amount if the party has endorsed a mayoral candidate, and that generally will be the shared cap for the election. Now you'll see on there it says it cannot exceed the maximum cap for the election. The maximum cap is the total number of councillor vacancies multiplied by the cap amount for the local government area, plus the mayoral amount if a mayor is going to be elected. So as long as you haven't endorsed more candidates than there are vacancies, generally we'll be okay with the maximum cap account. If you're campaigning as an individual candidate or a group of candidates, you may want to check out our website, our webinars on electoral expenditure caps for individual and groups of candidates, or go to the ECQ's webpage for additional information about how this is calculated. And just like that, you can find more information at ecq.qld.gov.au/factsheets. Factsheets 12, 13, 18, and 29 on the screen there are directly referenced in this webinar. but we've also published a comprehensive range of fact sheets about electoral expenditures and the new expenditure cap information on our website. And that's where I'm going to recommend you go for the next step. If I've used any terms today that you're not sure about, for example, what is electoral expenditure in the first place, go to that fact sheet page. There's all sorts of good information there. If you've looked at the fact sheets and the handbooks and you still need more information, next place we're going to suggest you to go is to the legislation itself. And of course, you can always get in touch with us, the Funding Disclosure and Compliance team of the Electoral Commission of Queensland. Our email is F as in Frank, AD as in dog, at ecq.qld.gov.au. Just remember, we can only provide general account advice. If you have doubts about your obligations, we do encourage you to seek legal advice. Thank you very much for watching this video about electoral expenditure caps. Again, you can find more information at our website, ecq.qld.gov.au, or in the legislation itself. Have a nice day.